Hey guys, and welcome to the fourth episode of 86. If you haven't checked out the previous episodes, don't forget to like and subscribe to check them out and get further updates for when I upload the next episode. So basically episode 3 was I Don't Wanna Die, and it took Lena into this blank state, this spiral where, it confused her into whether she was a hypocrite when she was being real talked, into like, you didn't even get to know our names and stuff. So this episode is titled Real Names, so I think we're gonna see a certain growth in Lena. I mean, she was already the nicest out of everyone that we've seen so far in the Republic, but obviously, there's more that she needs to know, and there's a lot of her character that needs to grow, so getting to know the real names is probably one of them. So at least we get to see more of the side of the 86 for this episode, I believe, given the title. So I'm really excited to see that, and let's get started.
Shut up, Raiden! This white pig doesn't deserve your help!
Hey, Handler 1, just kill the sync. Laughing Fox went too far, but none of us are in the mood for a friendly little chat with you right now.
Yeah, that's fair.
I'm sorry, Kai. I tainted your death.
Butterfingers, man! Come on! Pass it here! Let's do it! Get in there!
He probably feels bad for what he said.
Whitey! Would it kill you to stay put? Whitey!
Theo? That's a fox, not a cat. Pretty freaky one, too.
He likes to draw, though. I've noticed. He likes to sketch.
Will you leave me alone?
Are you still upset over yelling at that woman?
See, they've noticed, too.
No, not at all.
Curious. I, for one, am very upset.
You and me both.
What doesn't suit you is how you acted.
The way you said it was a problem. But what you said reminded me of the Fox
The
Commander.
vibes I get from Anju. She's like the mom of the group.
Truth be told, it's hard for us to not be jealous. You're the only one of us who have ever met someone like that. Someone who will always be important to you.
But she doesn't know someone's gonna crush on her.
The commander. What would he have done with that handler?
The Fox Commander?
Yeah. Would he have gotten mad at her?
So he got his name from somewhere else.
Your commander never would have said that. That's what you're thinking. Isn't it? Do you need something? Handler 1?
Yeah, she's not giving up.
We just have to accept that we live in a different world than they do.
I refuse to accept that. I could never forgive myself if I did.
Then what would be acceptable to you? Going to their district? Fighting alongside them? You can't do that.
I see Anat's point, but Lena has these very strong morals that she wants to uphold.
Why is it such a big deal that you didn't ask for their names? It's not like there's any reason to know them.
You're Henrietta Penrose.
Yeah, what's up?
All I did was say your full name.
What's your point?
We are the names we carry, and it never once crossed my mind to ask them for theirs.
Yeah, it's like what I said last episode. She even asked for the cat's name, and she didn't even ask theirs.
We're all human, aren't we?
If you really believed that, you'd know their names, and we wouldn't be having this conversation.
That's there too, and that's their point.
There's nothing we can do. There's putting here, and not there. We are totally different than they are. Any involvement with them would only lead to regret. There's no going back to how things were.
Yeah, they were all just born with the war already started, and the war that they just had to fight.
I can't quit. Not this.
You should listen when your best friend gives you advice. Flatalena Milize.
Our country's in the middle of a war, right, Father?
That's correct. And beyond that, our nation's involved in something even worse. Our responsibility is to bring it to an end.
So this was when she was in the battlefield, what she was telling those students.
Because I saw the 86th district with my own eyes, I was able to learn the truth about this country.
Yeah.
Your father was no different from any other citizen. He didn't do anything more than watch the war unfold around him. Despite preaching equality, he wasn't a fighter in the end.
Just like Lena.
I just don't want you following in your father's footsteps.
In what way?
You're doing a good job. I'm aware of the weight I put on your shoulders by assigning you a difficult unit. I wanted you to feel for yourself the harsh reality of this nation, but you don't need to do it if it's too much for you.
No, I'm more than willing to continue serving as the handler of the spearhead.
What do the colors of the Republic flag stand for?
Well, she knows it very well. She even told the students, and the country doesn't stand for it.
Do you think you're upholding those 5 tenets?
Do you need something? Handler 1?
I'm Vladilena Milize, but I usually go by Lena. Would you please tell me your names?
If you're bothered by what Laughing Fox said to you, don't be. He doesn't speak for all of us. There's no way any one person
Yeah,
can fix it on
exactly.
their own.
She's doing what she can in the circumstances that she's dealt with.
But still, I should have asked you all for your names.
That's true as well.
I was cowardly too. Honestly, I fully intended to run away from this yesterday. I need to move forward. So please, tell me who I'm working with.
The girl who died yesterday was Kaye Tania. Our exo-werewolf is Raiden Shuga. Laughing Fox is...
Theo. Anju. Yeah, the girl that likes him. Daya, the guy who likes Anju. It would be nice for her to somehow put a name to a face. Like if she can get a picture or ask them to describe themselves to her. Because she likes to doodle anyway.
And from now on, please, call me Lena.
You told me your name, but what's your rank?
Oh, Major. But that's a recent development.
I'll call you Major Milize from now on.
What exactly are you doing?
I'm leaving Kaye's name behind. 86 don't get graves. In my first unit, we all made a promise to each other.
That's so sad. Even a grave is a privilege.
The last of us to survive would be able to take the others to their final destination. I've always been the last. I've carried the job with me from unit to unit.
That's sad. Always being the last person to survive.
In all that time, how many of your comrades have died?
561, including Kaye.
Knowing all of them and being the last.
I have to take them all with me. Every last ally who died fighting by my side. Until I reach my final destination.
That's why you use the call sign Undertaker? I've never done that. I felt guilt over people dying, but never reckoned with their deaths.
Yeah. It's such a burden to carry.
If at all possible, do you think I could apologize to everyone in the unit?
I really like how there are end credits here. Gives you a little insight on things. If I'm not mistaken, it always ends with the 86 and the end credits. At least so far. It's like, if it's so, it's sort of metaphorical. Like, this is the show, and even in the show, they're disregarded to the end. It's just like a side note. It's not part of the main thing. I mean, if that's the case, I remember it being always ending with the 86.
I'm sorry about yesterday, and for the way I've behaved until now. My name is Vladilena Milize, and I'm a handler. From the start, I failed to treat you as humans.
At least she easily accepts her mistakes as well. It's very difficult for a person to do that.
Then please tell me your name.
I thought Shin already told you our names, didn't he?
Don't play coy. You know you're sort of happy about it.
Why'd you have to go and tell her?
Because you regretted it, right?
My call sign comes from the emblem painted on my juggernaut, a laughing fox. But I got it from someone else. an Alba like you.
Oh. So that's why he sort of put Lena in this hot seat. He had a point of reference. Like the person I took my name over is someone who you should be like, basically.
As long as you're cozied up inside the walls, you are not our equal.
Was that commander of yours the good Alba that Kaye told me about?
There's more than just one out there. Kaye? She was referring to every Alba who'd fight with all they had. Call me Theo or Rika or cute little shit pig or whatever the hell else you feel like calling me.
I'm really sorry for the way I acted.
Seriously, we're good, so just hurry up and get over it already.
By the way, could you send that map over you mentioned? You were so busy crying yesterday, I think you forgot about it.
Right away.
Oh, at least they all ended it lightly.
Anju Emma, at your service.
I'm Karina Kugamilla. Undertaker?
Yeah?
I never actually got your name.
Shine Nozen.
Nozen?
What's the matter?
Well, do you know a man by the name of Shorei Nozen by any chance? His call sign was Dulahan, and his emblem was a headless knight.
Someone he knows.
He's my brother.
Ooh, plot twist! But how does she know him? Was it when she went to the battlefield? That's exciting. So yeah, episode 4 was basically pretty much what I thought it would be. Yeah. It's so strange. Like episode 3, I mentioned a cat and my one-eyed cat showed himself, and now for episode 4, my other cat decided to come and show himself. Just when we were talking about the laughing fox, you look like a fox, don't you? So basically episode 4 was basically pretty much what I thought it would be like, sort of like this redemption for Lena. Like, yeah, if you really did see them as human, you would have asked for their names, because that is just a basic thing humans do when they interact with each other and talk to each other. They're like, hey, what's your name? I mean, they've been in battle with, like, together for the last 2 weeks, and she didn't even think of it. So yeah, I mean, pretty much a redemption sort of episode, and how close she's getting with the 86. We also see the other 86 that are close to Lena, in the form of her uncle and her best friend Annette, who sort of points out, look, girl, as much as you want to talk all high and mighty about your ideals, etc., etc., you're just like us. At the end of the day, you subconsciously probably don't care. And also, your dad's sort of stupid, and he also subconsciously probably didn't even see them as human anyway. So it's just better for you to just not involve yourself any further. But Lena takes that and is like, no, this is more of my fuel to get to know them further. And know the people that are behind these fights, the names of these people. I mean, she already, like in episode 1, she would mention the amount of casualties there were, and now she wants to further that step and know the names of the people behind those casualties, because again, they are human. You also sort of see Theo, just trying to, like, Theo's a little shy, but he had a mentor who was an Alba, and basically that was his point of reference toward Lena. Like, the person whose name I took after, he was my commander. I looked up to him, and he was my equal. He was actually my equal, and you're a hypocrite because you're just being nice to us behind safe walls. You're not here. But he does feel bad about the way he did say things. And I mean, there is a part in their hearts that does know that she is a nice person, but again, she is not fully their equal because she just doesn't know the war like they do. She just doesn't know the fight like they do. So at the end of the day, it's like she can understand it, but never the way they do. And yeah, I mean, you see a little bit of a camaraderie from their end as well, even if they can't fully accept her. She's already getting close to the 86, and obviously, we're gonna see more of that in the upcoming episodes and see where this closeness takes her. Okay, so that's it for episode 4. I will see you guys next time. Bye!